Hi everybody. Today we're going to talk about striking in the martial arts. James recently did a video that was very good on elbows. So elbows are some of the martial arts strikes. They're a little bit closer in range though, more of a grappling range. So the fighting distance that we're going to talk about today is going to be a punching distance. So the strikes that we're going to do are about an arm's length away from your opponent. So first we'll talk about making a fist. So I'll get a little bit closer to the camera so you can see my fist. I want to curl my fingers first and then put my thumb over. You don't want to have your thumb sticking out at all because you might end up hurting your own thumb as you're trying to punch your opponent. So I'm laying it over the top of my fingers, and when I strike someone with a closed fist, I want to have that fist very, very tight. Okay? You don't want to put your thumb inside your fist. Some people will do that. Beginners will do that. But then when I hit something, I can actually compress my hand around my thumb and I can dislocate this joint. So this is our proper fist, nice and tight. I'm going to back up again. So when we're practicing punching, a lot of times we practice, you'll see people practice with their feet wide apart, their knees bent, and at elbow position. So my hands being up here and my knees being bent are for practice only. You would never fight like that. My knees wide apart, bent, it's to gain stability and it's to develop leg strength. My arms being back here is to strengthen my shoulder girdle to make me a harder puncher. And it's also to teach me how to keep my elbows tight to my body as I'm punching. The first punch we're going to do in my style of karate is called the front punch. Other styles call it something else, but front punch or front to knuckle punch. So I'm going to extend my arm. You notice I'm going to keep my elbow tight to my body. At the last moment, I'm going to flip my fist over. So my fist is going to be horizontal, and I'm going to try to strike my opponent with the first two knuckles. And I'd like you to try doing this with me. We won't do them too fast for now. And we'll try them from this practice elbow position first. Now, if you're sitting in a chair, you're probably not going to be able to get your elbows back here. So I want you to do your elbow position from here if you're in a chair. You want to have your elbows tight to your body. Again, this is not a guard position, just a practice position. My hands are too close to my body for a guard position. Okay? So let's do 10 of them. We won't do them too fast. You're going to work on bringing that fist out, rolling it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we're going to do them from a more of a fighting position. So I'm going to put my left foot forward, my right foot back. I'm a righty, so I want to have my power hand back further. Okay, now a guard position can be this. Sometimes when you're practicing punching, it's easier to have your fists already closed because then you don't have to worry about opening and closing them. Now we're also going to add in a power element. So to be fast at punching, you want to be loose. You don't want to be too tense. But to have power, you have to be tense. So you want to balance these two things off by being loose through the strike, but as you actually contact the person, that's when you want to tense up. So it's loose and then tense. Boom. So that moment of impact, I'm trying to tighten my body, I'm tightening my core, I'm tightening my arm as I make impact. Let's try 10 from this fighting position. So every time I punch, I want to come back to this guard, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm adding that little pop, that tightening in as I'm doing it. So that one is called the front punch or a horizontal punch. Now we'll practice another one. We're going to practice with our fist up and down. So a vertical punch, or this one, in my style, we call it a thrust punch. So again, we'll start from our elbow position, our practice position, from back here or from here. Okay, and we'll do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, from our guard position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Now, of course, the better you get at this, the faster you can go with these strikes. Or you can vary your speed. Do some of them slow, some of them fast. The next one we're going to do, in my style, we call it a back punch. Again, we're going to use these two knuckles. So whether you're doing a front punch, horizontal, a vertical punch, a thrust punch, these two knuckles, or a back punch, or some people call this a reverse punch, we're still going to use these two knuckles. Okay, so we're going to go from our elbow position again. This time a little easier. We don't have, the punch doesn't flip over. So we can just do it from this position and stay like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now from our guard position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's the back punch. Now just practicing those, going crazy at it is good, but it gets a little boring. So what you want to do once you have those strikes down is start mixing them up. Varying your targets. So something could go to the face, something to the solar plexus, something to the groin. And you can use the 3 strikes, mix and match them. So maybe I want to practice, I'm going to do a back punch to the chin, then a thrust punch into the solar plexus, then a front punch down into the groin. So I can practice those 3 strikes: back punch, thrust punch, front punch. Back punch, thrust punch, front punch. Back punch, thrust punch, front punch, back punch, thrust punch. I can't say it that fast. So you could get faster and faster. And mix and match those. Think about the targets you want to hit and maybe what strike fits into that target better. You know, I might like a back punch for up under the chin or into the jaw, but I might like a thrust punch if I'm doing it to the side of somebody's ribs. So think about what you want to throw, mix and match them up. You can do the same thing with, there was another video we did as part of the technique, we did a heel palm strike. If you guys remember, we did it up into the chin. Well, this strike, the height can be varied too. Okay, so instead of going up into the chin, to go into the ribs, I would just turn my hand. So now I'm still hitting with the heel of the hand, but now I'm going into the ribs. Why don't we try 10 of those? I think it was when we did the video, it was a knife hand block with a heel palm strike. So you should already be familiar with the one to the face. So let's do 10 of those from practice position to the ribs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you notice I'm trying to pull my hands back and I'm trying to close them in between. That's a little tricky at first to be open, closed, but it's a good skill to have. And we can do 10 of them from our guard position. So again, we're going to the ribs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the other position is if we wanted to go to the groin with this strike, I would have to turn my fingers all the way down so I don't hurt my fingers. Okay, so let's do 10 of those from practice position down into the groin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then from the guard position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Harder from the guard position. You notice I want to go back to elbow position on those. We'll just do one more strike really quick, and that'll end our striking lesson for today. The other one we're going to do is a kind of a fun one. It's a 2-finger poke to the eyes. So I want my knuckles a little bit bent. If you can see, my knuckles are a little bit bent. I want the tips of my fingers to go into their eyes. The rest of my hand is closed. It sounds gross, but eyes are a good place to go if somebody's attacking you. They're a great equalizer. We'll just do 10 of these from our practice position, and then we will end our lesson for today. All right, so we're aiming towards their eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's actually a good one to have in your weapon arsenal. So I've enjoyed our time today. Keep practicing, and we'll see you at live Zoom. Bye-bye.